Alright, what's good guys? Dr. J here, and I'm back with another video. Happy Tennocon 2025. I'm so happy to actually be part of it. Got me some sweet looks from Borrow Katir. Check out the arm and the leg work, check it out. That's all you gotta do. But guys, there's something I did want to talk about today, and I also did buy the AX-52 and some other weapons. But let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video, and that is, forgive me when I say this, don't actually forgive me. Some of you are actually some real deal assholes. I'm not talking about the nice people. I'm talking about the bullies. You know, some of you guys have spent your whole lives being mean to people, harassing them, not liking someone because A, they're nice, B, they're different from you, C, they just don't mess with anybody, or D, they're quiet, and E, for etc. I mean, why? I mean, where is your humanity? And I got a little story time for you guys today, and it is, let's say with one of my childhood friends. His name was Kevin. I went to school with him from six to about all the way to about high school, all the way to about like the 12th grade year. Um, we're currently not friends anymore. But this was a little story that I've actually been meaning to just put out for over about a couple weeks now. I haven't really had the time to just do anything I wanted to because A, I had a cluster of videos that I had to get through just to be able to do something. And, B, guys, I just been really busy with work and I'm trying to actually find a new job so I can actually work from home. So in that way I can actually be here uploading videos for you guys and also um trying to work on my own life, trying to get back into college to do what I got to do to get my degree. And I don't really have that much left, but I'm almost done. I just need about half of my more credits and I'll be good to go to get my dream job, and that is to be a help desk applicant for an insurance company. Not really an insurance company, but more so to say tech wise, handling your warranties and other things. Verizon, basically like a Verizon tech coach, something like that, but work from home. All right, let's get into this story. So, I knew this guy, Kevin. I've been friends with him from about 6th to about 12th grade. Um, this story is more so pertaining as to where someone stole something from him and I seen it, but there is something that I could actually do about it, but I couldn't necessarily do anything about it because if I would have just said something, then I probably wouldn't have made it to the bus stop. Like, I would have actually been able to do something had I actually talked, but um I I probably wasn't even gonna make it home that day if I did actually tell my Spanish teacher what actually happened. And when I seen him cried, I was like, damn man, like my boy really over here crying because they stole from him. And there wasn't anything I could really do about it, but I could do something. But at the same time, though, I gotta think about other possibilities. Like I could possibly be dead, like the very same day or in the next morning or whatever. Because like, hey, we're all in the same class together because that's just how they had us. This happened in 6th grade. No, actually, it was 7th grade. No, it wasn't seventh. No, no, I had her. No, actually, it was in 8th grade. So 8th grade, um, he I brought a bag of Takis to school this morning. That morning, and Takis. was like that chip snack of a lifetime. You know, you had to be there to actually try it out. This was maybe like the year maybe like 2016. This is spring of 2016. And if you guys know something about Takis, guys, no, actually no, that was 25th. No, actually yes, that was 2016. So 2016, um, that snack chip was a snack of the lifetime. Like you had to be there to actually enjoy it, and it was good, but it wasn't all that good. But I don't really support toxic foods entering my system and terrorizing my colon, just like as on how Taco Bell would. But all jokes aside, guys, we're gonna get into it. So he brought a bag of Takis to school, and everybody in the practically everyone in the whole classroom was trying to get some of his chips. Um, he basically shared some with somebody. Not somebody, but maybe like four people, whatever, because they asked. And if there's one thing I will say is that when I see y'all cats get around a bag of hot chips, y'all niggas just be acting like y'all never had nothing. I mean, was $3 to $4 5 too much to just go buy your own big bag of Takis? Look, I'm gonna get into the real fucked up part of the story. Well, I did, but the real fucked up part was that y'all gonna steal from this man and not expect somebody to actually be watching y'all. But guys, I was watching. Guys, I know the names of people. I till this day I still remember things. That just goes to show you, man, like you don't let certain things go. But I don't have my yearbook, but if I go to like my class and I will actually tell you guys the name of these people. Who actually stole the chips. Daniel Baldwin, Caleb Castleberry, I think Deshanti was in on it too. I'm not really sure. Deshanti Beverly. Trying to remember some other troublemakers, but it was a good bit of troublemakers. But also, some guy named Dominique, or whatever the hell the fuck his name was. But y'all gonna literally steal the chips when I'm really seeing. I'm seeing this right now. I'm seeing y'all steal the chips from this man, and I'm just like, bro, like, should I tell? And will I be able to make it home the very same day? Cause look, I don't know y'all kids like that, but look, if y'all are that very much capable of stealing a bag of hot chips from somebody who y'all, you know what I'm saying, want to just prey on so easily, man. Y'all niggas are just too fucking pathetic. I mean, I like that whole group. It was maybe like one person that did not look like me, and that had to be Caleb Castleberry. I think, yeah, Caleb Castleberry. And he was white. The kid had ADHD, and he was all types of fucked up. And you know, I mean, he wasn't really mean, but when he wasn't on his, well, when he was on his medication, he was actually, you know, wanting to do schoolwork, you know, not cut up. But I think at the time he didn't get his medication or whatever. But um when I seen them stole the chips from him, so what they did was they went inside of his backpack, they stole the chips, and better yet, they took his backpack, and yet he was trying to find it. And, you know, I'm just like, man, I don't know if I should even get myself in this kind of position to where I know if I see something, I'm gonna say something because, you know, that's my boy, you know, that's like my little brother, man. That's like my little brother. And what I should have did was I should have told. I should have snitched. I'm not. I wouldn't technically really call it snitching because you're not really affiliated with them, but y'all in the same class together. But it's also the fact that you ain't really friends with them people, and I'm kind of glad that I really wasn't, friends with him. But when we got to last period, this is when we actually had all of our classes in one whole day. I think so, on Monday or Thursday, I don't know. But it was the fact that when we got to last period, you know, it took him a while to get back to class because he was trying to find his backpack. And you know, when I see them cry, man, that shit kind of hurt me, bro. I mean, I'm still thinking about this till today, and it's that y'all stole from this nice man, this nice kid, nice guy. I respect him. Um, but y'all gonna steal from this man, and y'all stupid motherfuckers ain't gonna have no kind of emotion. I mean, y'all don't feel bad because it's not y'all that who's, what I'm saying, not being robbed or anything, man. Y'all motherfuckers wrong for that shit. I mean, look, if I go to City Hall Records right now and look up y'all residencies, because your parents pay taxes here, I'm like, y'all are some real fucked up ass motherfucking kids, bro. I'm telling y'all, if I see y'all even steal from this man today, I might go to life in prison for that shit, man. Because even though I'm not really friends with him today, like I was, what I'm saying, back whenever like I was little and whatever, little and everything like that, I would go to jail for him, man. That's like my little brother, man. Y'all stole from this man. And when our teacher, she seen like him crying, like she asked him what was wrong, and he told her that someone stole my Takis, like someone stole my chips, and I can't find them. Like I couldn't find my backpack either. Like that's why it took me so long to get back to class. And the thing about him was that he was special. And, like that was like my best friend. He was special needs. Um, I was in like the same class with him. We also had the same case manager slash inclusion teacher that who would help us out with our struggles, whether it be math, science or anything of that nature. And my trouble was actually math, and I didn't really talk much or really like socialize like that. But you know, I can understand him better than I can with most people, and it's just something that you just think about, down the line, man. It's like that event has been on my mind for so long. I'm saying like, hey man, look, even though we ain't really friends no more, bro, I really feel like that there's something that you do need to know, man. And it's that I know who stole your Takis all those years ago. If I could try to find his Instagram, like I would let him know. And I believe that's what I should do. It's so in that way, he can at least have some closure on it. Because even though he may not really remember it, but I feel like that he might, remember it. But I feel like it's the right thing to do. And it's just things like that just sit on your mind as a human being, man. It's like things that you just think about that you can't really just let it just sit on your mind. But it's important that you can actually talk to, someone about these things. And it's the fact that, I didn't, tell him, what happened that day. But I felt like if I did tell him what happened, no, yeah, if I would have told him what would happen, dude, I probably would have got jumped as soon as the bell rang. I probably would have died that same day. Cause we talking about Dominique, whatever the hell his last name was, Caleb Castleberry and Daniel Baldwin. And we talking about these cats, and it was actually several other people too. But I remember those. Well, I remember Dominique. He took his backpack and he got the chips, and he threw his backpack over the bleachers somewhere and into the seats. I'm like, Dominique, bro, look, nigga, I want you to fucking steal from me today, 2025. I want you to look. I want you to look. I want you to steal from me, bro. Cause this was just look. This is what your ass is gonna fucking get. You can get that shit, bro. It's just things, you're not really supposed to be doing. But bro, flash forward to 2025, bro. If you steal from me, bro, I promise you, you won't be living, and they won't even be able to even find your fucking body. It's just shit that you just think about all the time, but yet you just can't really find the right moment to just know when to actually want to just talk about it. But guys, I think the most honorable thing that I can do is actually tell him what happened all those years ago. And guys, reason why I'm not friends with him is because well, no, actually, yeah, the reason why I'm not really friends with him is because is that uh right about seventh grade year, he actually had me hold his headphones for him while he went to go play Yu-Gi-Oh with his friends or whatever, Britain and Tien. I said like, yeah, bro, like, you sure you want me to hold on to these? Like, cause like, look, if I lose these, you know what I'm saying, like, I gotta be honored to just give you a new pair of headphones. I think I said that to him. Like, I gotta be honest. Like, give him that. So, like, look, are you sure you want me to hold these for you? He said yes. Like, can you try to, like, watch over for me? I'm like, yes, bro. And I feel like this was kind of like a test moment. Like, test see if what I'm saying. Like, I'm like a real true friend. And I was, what I'm saying. Like, look, that was my homie, man. So look after his merchandise for him. But by the time towards the end of physical education, we were playing soccer, and I don't know where the hell the headphones went. Um, but God have mercy. I'm trying. Look. Uh, okay. All right. So I'm sorry, guys, but Nora and I was talking. But when we got towards the end of phys ed, um, the headphones weren't in my pocket anymore, and let's just say that I had to do an honorable thing, and it was give him my good pair of headphones because it was the right thing to do, and that was like my only pair, man. My mom, she gave me those. Those things were loud as a motherfucker. Those were some iPhone headphones. I love them. Um, but it was the right thing for me to do because I didn't have a job. It was either get my mom to buy me another pair of headphones, and while I give them that, or just don't give them none at all. But it was the right thing for me to do, and it was to just give him that because if it was me, then then he would give me another pair. But if his granddad found out that he lost his headphones, he would be very upset. He's Vietnamese, so I'm Black American, so you know look, you know how that shit goes. But the most honorable thing that I can do is try to find his Instagram, whatever, and let him know what happened. But anyways, going back to the story, um, when the year 2020 came, because that was senior year. No, actually, it was 2019, because it was about to be, I think, December, and going into the new year. Um, I got a page from his case manager to basically come to her office. Um, basically, I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. Like, got like an IP meeting or something. Um, so what ended up happening was when I got to her office, I seen Kevin in there and I seen her as well. Uh, she asked me, "Hey, what's this about some headphones or something that you were supposed to owe Kevin some years ago, whatever?" And I basically told her like this. Okay, so we were in phys ed around about seventh grade year, and this was in the springtime. And he asked me if I could hold on to his headphones while he go play Yu-Gi-Oh with his friends Britton and Tien, while I was playing soccer. And I said like, "Hey, are you sure you want me to hold on to these?" He said yes, and I'm like, "Okay." So by the time towards the end of phys ed, he asked for his headphones back, and I found out that it wasn't in my pocket. And we looked all over the ground for it, and we couldn't find them. So I'm just like, look, man, take my good pair of headphones. Okay, it's the right thing for me to do. is to give you another pair of mine. Um, because I didn't have a job at the time to um, basically I'm trying to read the text, but I was trying to, all right. So basically, gave him my good pair of headphones because I lost his, so I felt like it was the right thing to do because I didn't have a job at the time. Uh, but those were some very loud and powerful headphones. Some earbuds now, right? So, um, if that was the case, then he could have asked me to buy him a new pair of headphones. But seeing as he wants to go back and lie to me, no, lie to you about the fact that I didn't give him anything to compensate for that because that was real honorable. And she said, Kevin, is this true? Like, did he give you his good pair of headphones that his mom gave him? And this man did not have the nerve to look me in my eyes. This man was just looking down, scratching at his nails, scratching at the desk or whatever. But he didn't have the manhood to look me in the eye or her in the eye. He shook his head. And Kevin, you can't just be doing things like this, and yet, he basically didn't really have to owe you anything because you willingly gave him those headphones while you were basically going to go play Yu-Gi-Oh with your friends. Like she told him like that's not, right. And knowing that he's playing soccer, he's gonna be moving around a lot. So, uh, after that little encounter, I think maybe like a week or so later, I seen him or we both seen each other in the hallway. I vowed to never even speak or even look at this man again. I didn't. For the rest of the school year, even after 2020, I did not want to speak to him. And it was because that he actually took that friendship and that trust and just ruined it. Because you lied on me, man. I don't appreciate that. I would never lie on you like that. But it's about the honor that you just gotta like show somebody. No, it's about the respect, the courage. And he didn't have the courage enough to even look up in our faces and actually, you know, say, well, he did give me some headphones, this and that. But it's the principle of it. And that's why, I'm not friends with him anymore was because of that reason, was because he lied on me. And said that I didn't give him nothing for that. So that story, with, you know, the headphone situation, and also me calling out some people's names, and I do know the others, but it was like one or two others. I think it was a girl or whatever, but those were pretty much it. There's a couple other troublemakers too. But anyways, guys. Oh, actually, I think the last one name was DJ or Dylanod, what the fuck his name was. Anyways, guys, that was the story time. And also to talk a little something about you bullies too. You guys are complete assholes. Y'all ain't got no sympathy, no nothing for the people, but I will actually make a flash forward other video towards this whole thing. Alright, so if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'ma holla at y'all later. Take care of yourselves and each other, and have a good day.